So we have some breaking news that I don't feel like is getting traction, and it should be getting traction. We have this exclusive break because of Elizabeth Rosner, who is a senior reporter covering entertainment at Messenger. And just yesterday, this is 15 hours ago at this point now, she has broken the story that Jonathan Major's accuser, Grace Jabarri, is to be charged with assault 7 months after his arrest. I'll put the link to this article and to Elizabeth's Twitter so you can follow her. She breaks other exclusives in the entertainment space, so if you follow entertainment news, you should definitely give her a follow. If you're interested in the Jonathan Majors news, you should go check out this article and support them for doing some investigative work. Also, shout out, it was also Charlotte Phillip is listed as writing this article. So shout out to Charlotte as well. But the main takeaway is that Grace Jabarri will soon be charged with assault 7 months after the actor's Jonathan Majors March arrest, according to the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Public Information, that's DCPI, for the NYPD. So they exclusively confirmed this for the Messenger. And they also note that Jabbari is expected to voluntarily report to the NYPD's 10 precinct in the near future. So again, go support Elizabeth Rosner. Her @name is @Eliza Merrill. That's Meryl. I'll also link her profile in the description of this quick video. But tomorrow at 9 a.m., so less than 24 hours away, we're supposed to have this motion hearing that's going to involve the motion to dismiss. There's still no judge listed here. There's been some tossbacks and forth between the judges so far. Michael Gaffey, I think back in this August hearing here, was basically like, speed it up. But so far there's no judge listed, there's no court reporter listed. I will be checking for updates on that. But in the context of this new news, knowing that Grace Jabarri is supposed to voluntarily appear to answer for charges, she has a desk appearance ticket. It's for the SoHo precinct, precinct 10. This, in theory, means she's coming back to the United States. Now, the reason this news is so important is because Grace Jabarri is a key witness for the prosecution. Now, if you're not familiar, I have a video breaking all of this down, the full motion to dismiss, all of the evidence that has come out so far, especially some of the stuff that you see in the tweet here. But in short, Jonathan Major's attorney, Priya Chaudhry, has already filed a motion to dismiss, alleging that the District Attorney of New York, the prosecution, has failed to comply with their statutory and constitutional disclosure obligations. So there's New York State Criminal Procedure Law 245-20 that deals with a lot of stuff like this. And then there's also federal obligations under Brady-Giglio. Anything that could go to help mitigate the charges against the defendant, anything that could go against the state's witnesses' credibility, which would, Jabbari is the state's key witness here. Any deals or offers that the state may have made or discussed with a witness is supposed to be disclosed. And not only did Priya Chaudhry send a letter calling these things out to the District Attorney of New York, making sure that it was documented in writing, that they had a chance to correct these things, on September 12th, she filed a motion saying none of these things had been disclosed. So in addition to things like 911 calls and photos with metadata and some other types of evidence, Priya Chaudhry also made the case that the state has failed to turn over all correspondence between the District Attorney's Office and the NYPD regarding the investigation into Grace Jabarri. That includes the iCard for Ms. Jabbari's arrest, as well as any correspondence between the NYPD. We have some mentions of Detective Mejia, who was investigating the report that Jonathan Majors went to the precinct to file. It's alleged in the motion to dismiss that the District Attorney of New York asked him to kind of step back from it and let it go away. And secondly, as it relates to Grace Jabarri, fleeing the country, people said that that was a rumor, that it wasn't true. Well, this news that she's facing charges and she's going to voluntarily appear for a desk appearance to answer for the charges, as well as a motion to dismiss information where the defense alleges that the District Attorney of New York withheld benefits it offered to Grace if she were to return to the U.S. to testify. The story is starting to add up that all along she did leave the country. And the prosecution really needs her to come back into play because she's their key witness. But there's a catch-22 there for Grace Jabarri, right? Because there were 2 reports made against her in 2 different precincts. One because of the assault, and the other because of the stolen belongings from the penthouse apartment from the evening after she returned from the hospital. When the people were interviewing Ben Toddy, her friend, he reported that, contrary to Ms. Jabbari's report that she was afraid to return to the apartment, that she was actually refusing to leave the apartment, even though Toddy was like, hey, it's not a good idea to be here. We should leave. And this is where some of his stuff went missing. Some of Jonathan Major's belongings went missing. So there's a lot going on in this case. We've got his face bleeding and scratched up here. We've got some marks on his arm. We have statements from the 3 strangers she was standing with that apparently they witnessed an attack off camera where Grace was the only aggressor. And we do have a statement from the driver of the car made to the people. So it's the people doing these interviews. It's not Priya Chaudhry that's saying that she talked to somebody. This is stuff that's the prosecution has produced, buried in 2 terabytes of data, where the driver made a statement to the district attorneys that it was Mr. Jabbari who was the obvious aggressor in the altercation that took place in the vehicle he was driving for them. And he went so far as to characterize Grace Jabarri as Psycho Girl. So not only has there been an iCard in place all this time, but there might be some weight to the allegation that the district attorney was trying to get it deactivated. There does seem to be probable cause. I mean, Insider has released some of these injury photos. And now that we've got Grace Jabarri coming back into the country, it seems like there's also weight to the allegations that the district attorney failed to disclose that they were conferring some type of benefit to get Ms. Jabarri over here. And that might not be anything all that nefarious, but it's still their duty to disclose that to the defense. If you want a breakdown of this photo injury evidence, some more stuff about the driver, also a full playthrough of security footage where Grace Jabarri is crying on the sidewalk complaining that Jonathan Majors had texts from another woman, with no mention of physical violence and no apparent injuries after the injuries were already supposed to have occurred. You can check out my previous video uploaded yesterday on the subject. And if you want any quick updates as the motion hearing unfolds tomorrow, make sure you're following me on Twitter. If there's something substantial, I'll do another video. If it's a quick update, Twitter's going to be the best place, or X is going to be the best place to get that. And lastly, again, shout out to the messenger, shout out to Elizabeth Rosner and Charlotte Phillip. Get on over there and give her a follow. You can follow me for those updates. And if you have any thoughts on how this case's reality versus the reactions versus the reality have ebbed and flowed, we'll say, leave them in the comments because I always love discussion like that. Until next time, though, take care.